Hi guys, I'm so glad you're here now. Oh, there was an error while uploading the app. I don't know whether this is live or not. Technical problems. Okay, we have a real well, I have a real dilemma because this is one of Brittany's favorite topics. She's writing an ebook about it, the 5 things leaders do, and she's very, very ill. So it's not I don't want to do it. It's just that she is the expert on this. So I feel a little bit out of my comfort zone doing this. Nevertheless, we can dive in and have a quick view. Personally, I really think this topic would be best with Brittany, and I'd really like to just touch 5 minutes on things that I've been going through, which is the ego. And I don't even know if this is broadcasting, so I hope so anyway. Yes, the ego is something that really does get in your way most of the time. I've done a lot of research on the ego, and I could go into the scientific route and whatever. I think I'll just try and keep it as short and sweet as possible, this hangout, because I'm on my own, which is great, no problem. But it's not a topic I've prepared for this particular event. It's something I'm reading up on. I'm in the process of writing a little ebook and putting it out there. So I'd rather have all the details perfect before I send it out. I would just like to give you a couple of pointers. First off, the ego is that voice that you always hear. You've got 2 voices in your head. Well, I do, at least 2 voices in my head anyway. And the ego is the one that's always saying, are you being serious? You want to do this? This just isn't good enough. Who do you think you are? I don't think that's very good. No. Yeah, well, have you seen the competition here? You think you can do this? What else? This is the sort of voice it says, and that when you get rid of the ego, and you don't want to get rid of it, you really don't want to get rid of it. You want to really thank ego for having carried you all this way, because the ego can carry you a certain amount of distance, a certain way, and it'll always be there to come and pull you back to the good safe zone. Well, what you do want to do is you want to thank ego very much. And this is a step that I've been told this a couple of times, but this last time I get it. Okay, so don't worry, this will happen to you several times. And what happens is that when you're sitting there and you're on a real high, and when you're happy and things are going well, that's when ego is out of the way. Please, Hector. Sorry, it's my son. We can't see. Can you go and see on the computer if I'm live? Go on my Facebook page. From there you get the link. Yes, go on mine. I don't know where my phone is. Sorry guys, it's school holidays. Anyway, they're generally home by this time. So anyway, what I was saying was, yes, so ego will be sitting there, and he'll be telling you all these horrid things when you've got these good ideas, and you just got to go with the flow, because that is the ether putting stuff in you to make you be the conduit, as it were. So ego will say, oh, no, can't be doing this, can't be doing that, don't want to be doing that. And, well, what do? As because we're not used to doing this, we won't generally do it or allow ourselves to do it. But when you do go with the flow, happiness and fulfillment are just interlocked, and it is such a lovely feeling that, anyway, for my case, I had to have a lot of this feeling to feel safe and secure in that environment, and tell ego to very nicely thank ego, really thank him or her, thank it for having taken you all this way, but now it's okay, you can do this on your own. Just sit back and watch the film, have a break, relax, have a sleep, have a rest. You must be very tired after all this, aggravation. Let's just go with the flow and see what happens. So of course, while you're going with the flow, ego will nevertheless come back and grab you. This is something you just got to do, and what you have to do is find ways to remind yourself that it is ego. It's alive. So that's what you have to try and do. J'ai envoyé un link to Brittany, so try and see if that works.
Tu l'as pas mis sur ton mur.
Si, je l'ai mis sur mon mur.
Si de mon truc, ça va.
D'accord. Yeah, whatever. Sorry, son's just having a look, because if this isn't recording, it's a bit of a waste of time. Anyway, so what you have to do is, when you're sitting in those moments, and generally it'll be a time when maybe you'll get angry. Tu fermes la fenêtre aussi, s'il te plaît, dans la chambre. Celle-là. you'll get angry, you know, and you'll just fly off the handle. And this is because, well, in my case, I can only speak from my sort of emotions. This is for me because I was scared. I didn't have the control. I was losing the plot. I was out of my deep out of my comfort zone. So what you do is when you're in that space is you just try anyway and stop everything. Breathe and be present in the now. And in the now, what you have to do is just turn away and walk away. And that'll help you realize, and it'll help just release the tension of that environment already. And then you can, you know, move forwards. You can, when you turn back to it, you can be a different person, or you're at least a lot calmer, not in the flow of the argument or the scare or the whatever it might be. So that is also got to happen when, you know, you're in the flow of this new idea. You're creating a new idea. This happens to me all the time in my marketing. I have lots of lovely ideas for my campaigns, for this. I get everything going. I've got it all ready, and then ego will sit in and say, it's rubbish. I'll just have another look at this. This picture isn't good enough. I'll just have a look at this. That's just, you know, and all this will start again. And I just be, you know, and then I'll just go and hide on the table. So I've had a lot of work to do to get up over the table. And even, so that's taken a whole load of years out of my life. But anyway, so when you're up and standing, that's one thing. And then you have to, is it live? Non, tu peux le faire sur mien, s'il te plaît?
Okay.
Sorry. When this is happening, I forget where I am. Sounds having to, you know, download all these apps. Let's just see if it's working on my phone. See, I was not going in the flow, panic stations. I just asked him to do this. You know, I could have just sat back and said, okay, which is what I tried to do during the thing, but that's ego saying, oh my God, panic stations aboard. So I could have just kept going with the flow, let him do his stuff, and it wouldn't have stopped this flow. So that is a prime example of this happening, okay? It happens all the time, every minute of the day, and this is why we always say you have control of what goes on in here, and you do have control. You've got to remember, you always have control, and you always got to be in control. Watch out for your thoughts. C'est bon quoi?
Moi je suis dessus, mais.
On ne voit pas?
Mais. Bon, on devrait voir là si je suis.
Fais voir s'il te plaît.
Mais vu que je suis connecté avec ton compte.
Off air. Okay. Down. Okay, hold on. Sorry about this. I'm just checking. There. Tu t'es enregistré là? Ouais. Let's just see what this is happening. I have to sign into a Google account. Jesus. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'll just finish my 15 minutes and then we'll go. So, yeah, so this is all a point in question of just go with the flow, trust that it'll work. You have to trust the thing that's happening. Everything here is telling me it's not working. My phone is not working. Nothing's working. I just have to trust that it is working because my computer is telling me it's live, even though it's all a blank screen and I can't see anything. And, you know, there's an error uploading my stuff. So, well, this is all what I was saying. You have to be in control. And when you're in control of your thoughts and your emotions, well, you're going to go where you want to be happiest. So where I want to be happiest is knowing that this is working. You see, the minute I say this, I smile. I'm really happy because I want to know this is working. I'm giving out my best information to you and I'm showing you exactly how not to behave, right? And so you'll understand what I'm saying precisely. And when I say this is working, this is going, then I know it's working and I have no qualms about anything else what's going on around me. I'm just in this, you know, it's like in a tunnel and I know this is happening and everything around me that's saying it's not working. Look, you know, stupid girl is saying that this isn't, there's an error loading the app. How do you think this live? It's not just because it's a little live logo. There's no record button. There's nothing happening. I can't see my control room. I can see nothing. And Brittany's not here. You know, I'm really out on a limb here, but I'm just trusting that he's going because every time I say this, I do have a big grin. You can see it. I'm not making it up. It's just how it happens. And that, guys, is how I found out what I was having like a baby. I never had you know, I refused to be told what sex my baby was, but I would talk to the fetus and the fetus would always tell me, like I would say, if it was a boy, I'd say, you're a girl, it'd be nothing. Oh, Hector's disconnected. Can you see me? Then you can. We have to turn it off. Volume off, please. Great, so it is working. Anyway, so that's what I was saying. And when I would say to this fetus, if it was boy, you're a boy, then I'd get a big grin on my face. So I knew what I was having and I could just choose the name. I'd always have two in case, but anyway. So Always, 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 always go with the flow and trust that it will happen no matter what everyone is telling you. So I'm really glad that I've had this experience with you, because this is really a live show of how it can work or not work. So I'm glad you've been here, and I'm sorry it's such a short window, but I want to, do the hangout for the ego next week. Oh no, next week we're going to do with Brittany the 5 things leaders do. And this is something we talk about in our community, and I'll just give them to you very quickly. You visualize every day your goals. You visualize where you want to be, and there's a very good example of this that I've personally just picked up again from Think and Grow Rich in the section. Well, there's a section in his book where he talks about this, and he just says, I'm so very grateful now that blah blah blah. Anyway, see, it's not very clear to me because I was just, my notes are not 100%. So anyway, you visualize your goals, and when you visualize, the main thing is to actually feel. You have to feel and trust. That's something that Napoleon Hill does say. You have to feel and trust. So when you trust that this is happening, then it's already here, and you just have to pull it towards you. And you pull it towards you by vibrating at a high frequency, as we were saying with the Dr. Emoto water crystal experiment. You can up your vibration, and the easiest way to up your vibration is just be grateful for everything there is. So you visualize. The next thing is you do income producing activities. Okay, that's once you visualize where you want to be, you're in that really high space. Immediately you do 90 minutes at least, just straight out of just productive work, of income producing activities. That can be a whole load of stuff. We'll go into that later. Then you mastermind with like-minded individuals. So we have, I'm with this community where we do mastermind every day together, and we do, there's an amazing guy, JJ, who does a little 20-minute snippet of what his emotions are and what he's going through and how this can help us in our business. We get to talk 10 minutes before, we all pile up, we all chit chat and mix and everything. It's a lovely, lovely time. Then the fourth thing, it just leaves my mind, of course. Oh, how can it? It's personal growth. Okay, it's like mindset. I don't like that phrase because it's set in your mind. So I created a company called Mind Seeds. So I'm planting seeds all the time, and I'm trying to make it as fertile as possible so these seeds grow. Some seeds do need to be frozen before they can actually hatch. So you will have some seeds in the ground for years and years and years. And when it freezes, the forest fire, they need either heat or cold to sort of spring it or into action. So sometimes the seeds can be dormant for years, and then you just get that aha moment. Like today I've had that proven, and you really do grow and trust that it works. And the fifth thing is learn, do, teach. So this is what we try and do with Brittany. We've learned something, we're putting it into practice every day, and then we try and teach it via these webinars, hoping that it brings you enormous values, because we just always feel like we've jumped a milestone. So that's what the 5 things leaders do. But please tune in for next week, because Brittany is a real expert on this. And Brittany, if you're watching the replay, I just love you to bits. I hope you get better. I did see, we had a little chat earlier on, and she was, facing the toilet, sort of vomiting and stuff. So it's she's not just in bed with a little cold. She really was not very well. It wasn't a pleasant 5 minutes, but as a mother, we've all done this. So I want to just give you big, big hugs and lots of love. We love you so dearly. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. And I'm so glad we had this interaction, and you could see live the things that, happen when you don't trust and you let your ego talk to you. Always trust. Ego is just there to lead you a certain way, but at the end of the day, ego has to go to the back seat and just sit and watch. For the bigger you, the brighter you, and the best you to come out. Thanks a lot. Bye for now. We just stopped the broadcast.